Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give, and today I'm coming to you from a really beautiful part of the world that I have not yet been to, but I've just arrived to, and I'm really excited about sharing this one with you, which is kind of on the back end of a really funny story, but I also want to show you like where I'm at right now. Hope you guys can kind of see. You can't really, but it's super beautiful. I'm here in I just arrived in Athens just now, and I've just come straight from the airport to my accommodation for one night only, because it's right near the port here where I'm going off to Mykonos tomorrow. So I needed to be kind of close to the port, and I get a beautiful view. I don't know if I want to go to sleep tonight or just go out, and I'm going to go find a restaurant and soak up some beach action because I haven't been near the water forever. But really, today's message is all about how your happiness depends on the degree to which you are giving your all to all you do. And it comes with a funny story. So I arrived in Athens, and the first thing I did was like, let's get my phone sorted. I went and got a SIM card. Next step, I'm like, Uber, where's my Uber? Like, you know, you do in every city, you got to get a new SIM card, you got to get your Uber driver. And I noticed on Uber that it was just going to call a taxi. Like, there were no actual Ubers here. It was just going to connect me to a taxi. So I thought, oh, why would I bother? There's a taxi stand right here. I'll just jump in a taxi. So I did, and I got in like the dodgiest looking taxi ever. And I got in there, and he couldn't really speak any English, and he kind of was a little bit abrupt. And as we just took off, and I was giving him the address, I actually thought, I was looking at the front of his thing, and I was like, I don't think this guy has a card, like an FPOS machine. And so I said to him, I said, oh, do you take card? And he's like, no. And I said, oh, I don't have cash, like I need to use the card. And he was like, oh, and he like reversed, like floored reversing, like back up to the taxi rank, and, you know, got out, and he was like talking to the supervisor, and the supervisor came over, and he was like talking to me, and this guy's taking my luggage out of the car, and it ended up being this supervisor, you know, trying to find a taxi for me. And there's a row of taxis, and he's going up to each and every one of them, asking them, do you take card? You know, and every single one of them is like, no, like we only take cash. And literally took to about, I don't know, I didn't count, but it would have been about the 10th taxi that this guy asked. This guy was in this like really flash cab, like everybody else's were like dinted and like just really bad, and they only took cash. And this guy had like a really schmick car, and he's like, yeah, take card. And you know, he spoke English, and he got me in there, and he was like brilliant. And it's kind of sparked why I wanted to talk to you guys about this happiness and how it is absolutely on par with the degree to which we're giving our all. Because that first taxi driver, like, he didn't even have headrests in the car. Like, it was this beaten up little whatever, you know, with no headrest, with just like, it was just, you know, I'm surprised it was even moving. And he was really not in a great state of mind. Like, you know, he was really just angry at the world and couldn't believe, like, I didn't know that he wasn't going to take card, and he'd already moved, you know, like 10 meters down the road, like, you know. And then this next guy was like, yes, like, I'd love to take you, like, let's go, got your stuff in the car. And the whole trip he was just telling me about his passion, how, you know, he's a manager in like some fabrics place, and like, it's, you know, he earns good money, but like, this is his passion. And he said, I'm not a taxi driver, I'm a driver, you know, and I don't just take you one place, like I give you a tour, I go here, I go there, I take you in this beautiful car. He's like, are you thirsty? You want some water? Hey, just down the side there's a bottle of water, it's free, it's for you. And then he's like, you know, really had a great conversation. It was really brilliant and just fun. And he also, he was like, at one point, he was like, oh, what's your favorite color? And I was like, okay, this is a funny conversation to have with the cab driver, but I'm like, purple? And I'm like, what's yours? Like, I'm just like, why the hell is this guy asking me what my favorite color is? And then he literally changed. So the cab on the interior, he had this dial of all the colors of the rainbow, and he's like, this purple, and he like, the whole interior like lit up like my favorite color of purple. And you know, and he's putting on, like, he's like, what sort of music you're into? He's like choosing between all this cool stuff. And you know, it was so good. Like, it left me in this like high energy, and I've just been traveling for a whole day, you know, and he's so happy and juiced because he looks after all the details. He was telling me about his dreams and aspirations to have other cars just like his, who give people an experience, who don't just, you know, take you one stop and you don't talk and you just have this crummy experience, you know, but, you know, he's got all the facilities, he's thinking outside the box, and he's thinking about his expansion and all this other stuff. And it was really, really inspiring for me to connect with this guy who just loves what he does. And he's not a taxi driver, he's a driver, you know, and he was looking after all the elements, and he was so happy. He was probably, I'd say, maybe early 40s. And he's right at that point where he's like, you know, I'm doing this for me. This is my passion. This is what I've always wanted to do. And I'm doing it with everything that I've got. And he was really like, he had business cards. He's giving me my business cards. And he said, you know, next time you're in Athens, you're going to go, hey, I remember Paul, and I'm going to reach out to Paul, and he can be my driver, and he can take me, and he can be my tour guide, and do this and do that, and all this sort of cool stuff. And I absolutely will, you know. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be in Athens, I don't know, till next time I visit Europe, but, you know, because I'm off to Mykonos tomorrow, and I'm flying straight to Crete, and then to Crete, I'm going to the airport in Athens already, and then off to Dubai. So, but I'm hoping that me sharing this with you guys does make sense, and you can relate it in your own life. Because honestly, as you guys know, over my last couple of videos, I've shared with you that I haven't been in the best place. If you've been reading my posts, you know, you would see that I wrote a post the other day about how this time off has like left me drained, and it's left me feeling like I left a piece of myself behind. And even on the flight today, you know, I had 3.5 hours on a plane from Paris to Athens today, and I just wrote and I just came up with all this stuff that I was absolutely being fear driven around, being terrified of, like feeling like I was taking these steps backwards. And I managed to see that it was because I wasn't giving my all to all that I do, and that's what I'm trying so hard to get back into, and not see, you know, my mission and everything that I love so much as this thing that I might need to take a break from. It absolutely isn't. And I think I bought into, you know, other people's perceptions on what I was doing. It kind of just was like, oh, aren't you tired? Like, aren't you worn out? Like, you do so much, you're always on the go. Like, maybe you just need to relax. Maybe you need some time out and all this stuff. And I think I just really ultimately bought into that over time. And given that 10-day silent meditation retreat, bang on. Like, I can't wait to share more of that with you guys. I'm sorry I haven't got around to it. And I'm sorry that, you know, after that, I had to figure myself out for those 3 weeks. And you know, this has been a major lesson for me. To this whole point around our happiness is so dependent on the degree to which we are giving our all to all that we do. And I feel like I just haven't been. I feel like I've just been self-focused, and it's beating down on my happiness, my vibrance, my health, and everything. So, you know, I'm hoping that me sharing that and this funny story with the taxi drivers is resonating with you guys, and it inspires you to stop half-assing anything, because as you know, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you're half-assing in one area, guaranteed it's affecting your other areas, okay? So think about it and know that if you're unhappy, if you're unfulfilled, if your time is taken up with self-pity, if you're in your own fears, I guarantee you should be filling that space with more contribution, with more value adding in a way that actually inspires you. And if you're not sure, get out there and test some stuff out and work out what inspires you, what gets you going, what would you love to do without filtering it through society's expectations. Like, look at this driver. If he bought into the mindset of society, oh, you're just a cab driver or something, he'd diminish his passion and his enthusiasm, his inspiration, his dreams and aspirations. And so we don't need to project that kind of mentality onto anybody. And what we need to do is focus on what inspires us and focus and commit to adding maximum value in all that we do so that we can actually feel happy and fulfilled. And before I jump in with the comments with you guys, I can't wait to check in with you guys and say hi. Drop me a comment, say hi. I'm feeling really energized. And I'll give you a quick another look. I'll turn the camera around because it might be a bit better quality out here. But I'm leaving pretty early in the morning. Yeah, you definitely can't see much going on there. Oh, I should have as soon as I arrived because there was a little bit of light, but it's gotten pretty dark and I'm off to dinner. Oh my God, Greek food. I love it. Tell me your favorite Greek food. And I have got Rose and Patty and Brian. Hey, my friend. And Huss is in the house. I love it. Been a while. And Kay and Patty, hello to you. And Angel and Jeedy and Berry and Alexandria, my spirit sister. And Rose, beautiful view indeed. Yes, I know. It's so gorgeous. And I think I'm feeling so energized by just having a bit of nature back, because I've literally been, in Paris for the first week. I spent right in the center, not really any nature. And then this last week I've spent kind of in the suburbs, but it was not in a great location. So I did a lot of work. I did a lot of staying in one place. And I'm just so relieved to get some nature and the ocean. It's so energizing to my soul. So I'm soaking it up for this one night before I'm off to Mykonos, and lots more beach action I can see, even though I'm coming at the totally wrong time of year. It's going to be, I think, a bit cold and wet and windy, but I'm going to soak it up nevertheless. I'm staying in a really good location, so can't wait to share that with you guys. And Victoria's here, and Osama, good to see you, and Josh and Ewan, and Alexandra. Whoa, a crazy story, great analogy. State of mind is so important. You've got it, girlfriend, absolutely. And Liam's here, and Munish, and hello to you, and Filippo, and Victoria sounds awesome. Thank you, beautiful. And Tumelo is here, and Huss. That's awesome, V. Life is more meaningful when we have something that we're passionate about to give our all to. You got it. And you know what? If you're not feeling passionate, it might not be because you haven't found the thing that you're passionate about. It might just literally be that you know deep down that you're half-assing everything that you're doing. You're absolutely not giving your all, and that eats away at your soul like nothing else. So don't wait around to discover what you're passionate about. Give your all to the mundane things that you do in your everyday life. Give your all to the people in your life, your friends, your family. Give your all to your health, to your exercise, to when you're making a meal, when you're, getting dressed and getting ready for the world. Like, whatever you do, do it with all that you've got. And that is what makes you feel fulfilled. It's what makes you feel empowered. It's what inspires you and energizes you. So don't discount the little things, and absolutely you are so on point, Huss. I love it. And Victoria, that's always been my dream, to make a difference, to leave people better, to change the mood of the room. This is inspirational. Victoria, you are so absolutely talking my language, and that's what we all have the capacity to do. You make such a difference in the world around you when you just show up and you give your all to whatever the moment brings. You're walking down the street, give your all to what you're doing. Be engaged, be present, smile at people, say hi, have a conversation, meet people. Don't just close off and half-ass anything. I'm saying that word a lot, but I'm meaning it. I think it's just got a lot to say. And yeah, I love that, Victoria. Changing the mood of the room, like uplift people. Instead of coming into some place and then being brought down by the energy that is around you, make it your mission to be that leader. How do you want to show up? Get intentional. What difference do you want to make? How do you want to leave people? How do you want to make them feel? How do you want to turn them around when they're not in the greatest state, instead of letting their state dictate how you feel about you and the world? So absolutely love that. Thanks for sharing, Victoria. And Patty, I think what you are doing, traveling, teaching, is amazing. Thank you for sharing, Vanessa. Opa, I love it. Thanks so much, Patty. And I so appreciate your beautiful, kind words and for you spending your time tuning in. Always such a pleasure, and I so appreciate that. And Leslie and Roxana's here, yay. And Kay, yes, was in Athens. I'm now outside, about 30 or so minutes away from the airport, so a bit far from Athens, but yeah, on the coast in Rafina. I'm off in the morning pretty early on the ferry over to Mykonos. So yes, thanks for tuning in. And Marco's here, and Jens and Lucy, yay. And Rim's here, and Victoria, awesome advice, yes, boom, I love it. And Hus, love it, V, time to give my all to all, boom, you are inspiring me. And Victoria, my new mantra, don't half-ass anything. You got it. I love that that took off. Yeah, keep it coming. And I like you've got the American version. Whenever I write half-ass in anything, I'm like, do people understand what I'm saying with my Aussie, the way we spell that? But yeah, I love it. And Tina's here as well. Great to see you. I hope that any of you guys joining me now catch the recording, get a ton of value from today's message and story, and I hope that it definitely inspires you to just take things back to basic. If you're not happy, if you're not feeling good in your life, I guarantee you it's because you're not giving your all to all that you do. And don't think that you're giving your all over here but not over here and not over here. You're not. Like, how you do anything is how you absolutely do everything. So, start off with, don't wait for something externally to change so that you can be inspired to give your all, and decide right now, just make it your mission. Remember the cab driver, and think, not cab driver, he's not a taxi driver, he's a driver, But, remember him and use that. I always use people that I meet as these analogies to remind me, to kind of just give me the kick that I need when I am, falling into, oh, I don't feel good, or, oh, I need to take time for myself. Well, maybe you do, but then get over it and move beyond it and get into action with everything that you do. And even if it is, you need to take some time for yourself. I believe in that. If you're going to take time for yourself, don't sit around and watch Netflix and eat crappy food or whatever. If you're going to take time out for yourself, get a journal, learn about yourself, listen to yourself, meditate, watch something inspiring and ask yourself, how do you feel about that? What lights you up? Ask yourself good quality questions. Do something that is really intentional, that makes sure that you're giving your all, no matter what it is, to all that you do. So hope that is resonating, and I so love that you picked up on that, Victoria. And Kay, love my passion. I love it. Loving that you've got something that you're passionate about. And Liam, try lamb moussaka for dinner, V. Liam, I love moussaka. I don't think I've had lamb moussaka. I might have only, maybe I have, maybe I haven't, but I'm going to take you up on that. I think that there is a restaurant that's like 200 meters away. I'm just going to go check it out. So thanks for the tips, Liam. I appreciate it. And Francisco and Clyde and Glenn, how you doing? Anything is how you do anything is how you do everything. You got it. Absolutely. Lucy, I pop in and out with your life travels, V, and what I'm seeing is you are continuing in your life passion of helping people and spreading hope to all everywhere. That is my passion, my life passion. Keep going. Smile is always important, and giving your all is always possible. Much love. So beautifully put, Lucy, and it is always just, my heart is always pouring out to such a beautiful human being. I hope that everything in your world is on the up, and I love your enthusiasm, your passion, and I love that we share that. So that is so, so beautiful. Thanks for checking in, Lucy. Great to see you. And I've got another person commenting here, but I can't read your name because it's in Arabic. but I'm saying hi to you, and I am about to sign off. So as always, guys, I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's amazing, beautiful, extraordinary. I hope that this message has inspired you, and I can't wait to see you again next time. It will be from beautiful Mykonos. Might be a bit wet and windy, I'm not sure, but I'm going to lap it up and give my all to all that I'm doing when I'm there, and I hope that you are too. Sending you guys all of my love, and I'll see you soon.